Swagger hard. Kingdom, no mean no kingdom. He steps forward to play his part. Mysterious, swag,
This story's all about me. This story's is about my legacy and how I did it. Never quit it. Got my team behind me. Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy, the Black Owner, coming at you guys today with explaining myself on Bayonetta 3 teaser. I know this is pretty late, but I have two different theories that I'm trying to work out right now with this. One theory is that right now, for you guys who are actually watching, that this may be a prequel, but at the same time it wouldn't explain itself as a prequel. The only reason I said that it could possibly be a prequel is basically because of the Bayonetta that they showed was wearing the original clothes from 1, in which we have seen her take a drastic change in clothes wear. So I'm really thinking that this may be a prequel, but it wouldn't make sense unless this shows the part where she was pretty much in contract to the whole thing of her being able to, she has to do certain things, or if not, she goes to hell. So I'm thinking that this has something to do with that, but at the same time, because and if you guys don't understand what I'm talking about, go back, rewatch 1, and they pretty much explain it, that Bayonetta has to go through so many different things, or she has to do certain tasks to prevent her from being dragged to hell. And that's the reason she does what she does. Thing is the simple fact that it just makes sense. I'm thinking more of maybe she lost the very first fight. Maybe she challenged someone of a godlike deity to fight her, and this game is explaining that maybe she wasn't on top. So we'll see a different side of her where Bayonetta gonna be taking some L's. Now, I'm hyped this simple fact that this game is coming out. I'm also hyped that for 2018 that they've already released Bayonetta 1 and 2. So I'm already hyped towards that. Another thing that a lot of people have noticed is that there's a name change on one of her guns instead of how it originally was. And I know another person brought up something about the logo that's on the bottom of her shoe. If you actually go back and play part 2, Bayonetta 2, she actually has the logos on her shoe. Now, honestly, I don't know what they mean. I'm assuming it has something to do with controlling the power of her witchcraft. It makes perfect sense. But I know someone was saying that the art was a little different. Like I said, it was too cloudy for me to actually be able to tell the difference. So if you guys see something different, maybe you can talk about that. But I definitely didn't see a huge difference in what I saw. It just looked exactly how the one from 2 did. Now, my second theory is that this deity is going through different time lapses or different universes or whatever it may be, and we may be experiencing different Bayonettas that this being is killing until he gets to the previous Bayonetta that we know, and we love the one now with the short hair. So that's what I'm kind of assuming that this might also be. It might be a super god-like deity similar to Death. That could be another thing. She actually could be fighting Death. I know one person had brought up the simple fact that if you look at the shadow, when she shoots all 5 bullets out and they go towards the guy and they shatter, that it's in a skull-like form. Someone even said that it may have a crown. So I'm thinking it may be fighting one of the horsemen. I'm just thinking maybe the horsemen of death. So that could be a thing as well. She could be fighting one of the horses, because as everybody knows, that when you see a red moon is related to apocalypse. And we always heard that when apocalypse happens, that the 4 horsemen shall ride in and all that other stuff. This just could be taking a different form and a different shape of that. So I want to hear you guys' intakes on this, if you have any. And what do you truly think? You know, because like I said, I really believe I'll go by these two theories that maybe it's the Horseman of Death, or maybe she's fighting the Grim Reaper. To me, it's similar in a lot of ways with that, or some super god like deity that's going through dimensions and killed the old Bayonetta. So, you know, now it's going through these other places and fighting different Bayonettas. That could be so I'm assuming now that's 3 different theories right there. One meaning this is a prequel where she lost the fight, and that's kind of how she's in this contract today, where she has to fight angels, collect halos, and all of that stuff to maintain her, you know, will to live, and not just live, but not to be dragged to hell. So that's one thing. Another one, being killed by a godlike deity that's killing Bayonettas in different universes. That could be a possible thing. Or she's fighting a apocalypse horseman, you know, like the Horseman of Death. Like, that's really what I believe that it is. Like, out of my top 2, it's between the prequel or her fighting a horseman, but it could easily be the third one that I had brought up as well. That it could simply be the fact that she's fighting someone who is hella OP that's killing off all these folks. Like I said, once again, all I can see is at the beginning where Bayonetta is taking hits like we haven't seen her take hits before. She didn't look hot on that. You know, she was getting whooped. Of course, she looked good, but she didn't look too hot when she was taking an energy beam that blew her back, and then, you know, she was, you know, trying to retaliate and wasn't able to retaliate in the way she thought. And then her, you know, one leg, like she got split in half. One leg goes in another direction. Mind you, we don't see her body. So this also could be, if I'm not mistaken, it really could be a possibility that this monster is fighting one of her shadows or a piece of her hair or something like that. Because if I'm not mistaken, I know that's one of her abilities, is she's able to make a copy of herself, kind of like Naruto, if you will. But I think that could be a thing as well. And that's the reason why when we see her fight, the magic has ran out with that strand of hair or her Pacific spell. And she just, you know, pretty much fades away. And that's the only thing we see at the end is her legs fall, but her legs split into 2. We don't see her body. We just see the legs fall, split into 2, and it fall over. And another thing, maybe she gets an upgrade with her weapons as well, because of, like I heard, the huge change with the guns and stuff. So maybe when she makes her copy, it's not legit. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Like I said, all of this is theory. I hope you guys actually enjoyed this, of me just talking about this, and hopefully you can make sense of it. All right. Like I said, if you like this video or like things like this, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more content of different little crazy things I do on my page, like play video games, podcasts, and skits, whatever it may be, hit that subscribe button. Don't be shy. Just do it. It just takes 3 seconds of your time. If you want to get notifications, hit that bell as well to get notifications. I upload on a fairly base every week term, so now that I'm doing that, you guys know. This is your boy the Black Oni, signing out in 3, 2, 1.
All the way down to the ceiling. I'm on the ceiling. Just the mic and I'm sitting. All the way down to the ceiling. All the way down to the ceiling.
Mankind found a way to travel across the water. Stop.
This bitch on my mind.
Mankind found a way to build a skyscraper. Stop.
Oh, I never heard of ya.
Mankind found a way to build an elevator. Stop.
This bitch on my
Man gonna find a way to go interstellar. Stop.
This bitch on my mind.
Progress moving forward. People out here paying for it. Mankind set a goal. People always working towards it. Every day we hitting the rock, busting our asses, trying to see what pop.